I'm going to talk about this recording here in a second when our classmates get back. And I may not give you the whole time, but today we are actually going to be on 111, wrapping it up, finishing it, whatever you want to say. Man, I might change the order of things with you guys. Yeah, let's change the order of things. Everybody get a Chromebook. Once we run out here, we'll go get them from Golden's room, but everybody grab a Chromebook and go ahead and start trying to log in. I'm going to change the order on the fly here. Oh, yeah, things got goofed. Yeah, so I'll be making groups next week. Nah, that'll take too long, so just use a school one. In the future, I'll try to have on my whiteboard over there, if we're using Chromebooks, I'll put it on there, but we're not really using them. I'm just getting you guys into the ebook. Once we run out, we'll go grab more from Golden's room. I should have asked Mr. Smith to leave the extras. Actually, if you don't have one, come with me. Because we ran out in that part, right? So as I just heard Mrs. Pettigrew talking about getting names wrong, please have your name tent out to help me out. By the way, and I don't know why, well, I don't know. People in the Accelerated 7 class tend to be a bit more mature. My wife wasn't awake this morning for me to ask, do these shoes work with khakis? I'm genuinely, that's a weird question for your teacher. These are brand new shoes, do they work?
They match the shirt. So yes.
Okay.
I like
And
it.
my shirt's really mathy. See how it's geometric? I like geometric t-shirts. Your Google account should still work. If you're having any issues logging in, please stick by hand. But we should be logging into the Chromebook using your WS Cloud info. Yes?
Notes from Friday.
Yeah. You were in class, right? We took notes, we wrote stuff.
I wasn't.
You were not, then that's okay. Then you don't have them. Yeah, we'll catch you up. But if you don't have them, if you weren't here. Now, in the future, if you were gone on a Friday, maybe Monday morning, right when you get in here, you walk around and check, hey, what did we do on Friday? What did I miss? Maybe I could give you a copy of them or copy of friends' notes. So, guys, if you are absent, one thing to get used to with middle school is it's your responsibility to get caught up. We will help you, but we don't come to you. You have to come to us. There are too many of you guys to keep straight. So, and sometimes people don't care that they were absent. You could be absent in my class and not be impacted at all. So one of the first things I'm going to show you while everybody's getting ready to get to the ebook is the fact that I have a YouTube channel. So you don't need to go here. You don't need to search this, but you can if you want. If you go to YouTube, and you don't have to because I'm going to go quickly right now, and if you search Micah Hudson, which if you need to write down the spelling for my first name somewhere you can, but it's M-I-C-A-H. It's a book in the Bible, real short. It's in the middle. Micah Hudson. I used to be outranked by the black hip-hop dancer. He's now way down here, but that is not me. Kids used to laugh, and they're like, is this you, huh? No. I wish I could dance hip-hop. I seriously do. And if you go to me, it looks like my page is empty. By the way, if you can't figure out that that's your math teacher, it says keep calm and do math, you need to work on your intuitive investigation skills. So, I hate how YouTube does this. Apparently, I need to film some video and make it my intro video. Be like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. But I'm not, I don't really want to do that. I kind of have visions of me on a bicycle or something. But you got to click on videos. You got to click on the tab that says videos. Then you'll see all my videos. They go in order by date. So today, I have a video saving right now from the other class, and the recorder's in progress right now recording our class. This red and white dotted box is what is being recorded. And in that red and white dotted box, hey YouTube, I'm going to pause for a wave. But I don't keep that box there during class for this reason exactly. When you can see yourself, you're like, oh, look, it's me. And it's like real weird. So I make it disappear while I'm recording, but then when you go to watch a video, everybody's on the internet. I watch a lot of concerts and music on here, so that's always going to be my side tab. So you can see that picture-in-picture. You can just kind of see like what I do. So you can sort of see the classroom. That's an old camera angle. Huh? Right there. Yeah, so it is recording right now. The main thing I use that camera for is catching the vocals, like the sound, because the main thing that I'm recording is just what's happening on the screen. I don't need a big video feed. I just need to be able to capture, crap, sorry, I can't talk and do things at the same time always. I sometimes get confused. So now, and I gotta open an incognito tab to make sure we all do the right thing. Please don't work ahead. That's a real great way to end up in the wrong spot or kind of in trouble. You want to go to ebooks.cpm.org. And if you were a worker or a header, close your tabs and just go back with us. You're going to end up here. Now, some of you already know what I'm going to tell you to do. So you can tell me what your next step would be. Remember, make your life easy. How do you say your name? Is it Marin? Okay, Marin. Sign in with Google. You are already logged in because you're on a Chromebook. So the link is ebooks with plural .cpm.org, and you should land there. From last, your initials and then 4 numbers. Let's. I wonder if Mr. S is teaching right now. Here, come here, bud. So actually, let's not worry about it right now. Let's catch you up on this thing. Because S is going to be available, and I don't know where Mr. S is. Somebody else right now. Click sign in with Google. If it asks who you are, click on the person that is you. Like there might be multiple accounts on the Chromebook that it remembers. Then you should end up. I think a page that looks kind of like this, maybe. Yeah. But down here, it'll say like click here to register a book, or it might have already asked you like, hey, you need to register. That, please do not make assumptions. That is this code 6FVHN. 6 flying vultures have Nutella. 6 flying vultures have Nutella. Yeah. So all of you should start to kind of show up here. Now I don't know why it says .wscloud, but that's just you're using it. Every time you log into the ebook, you can just use your Google account. You can always click login with Google. Yeah. Click the red where it says click here. Kind of middle of the page. Yeah, right there. 6 flying vultures have Nutella. Anybody else having issues? Yeah. Yeah, so scroll down. If you end up on a page that says like you have to agree or end user agreement, excuse me, scroll all the way down and click I agree. And it's long. You gotta scroll way down. Are we all okay back here? Are we okay here? Dude, come on, work with me. Don't work against me, work with me. Trying to tab hop is gonna put you in the wrong place. Yep, you're good. So now, depending on what page you're on, you're gonna be one of 2 different places. Do you have organization login info yet? Like your initials and then 4 digits and then some of your passwords that's only like a color and a word. Okay, well it's do you remember your account like login? Okay, well so just like same situation, we need Mr. Estes, he's got the master list. Just watch somebody else's screen and we'll get you taken care of at AO or extensions. Make sure that you come see me, like if you have any issues with that, come see me and we'll get you taken care of. Guys, at any point, like we're here to help you, so please make sure that you like let us help you. I just don't know where Estes is and he has the master list right now. Google login. So you're one of 2 places. said, no, don't type anything. Just click it. Click the Google login in the red box. If you are here, where you see CPM and the bridge and everything, all you want to do is go up top and go to My eBooks. If you are at the other screen where it has like another login thing, click the red Google login again. Hey, what are we doing? Is that what I asked you to do right now? No, close it. Guys, we have a huge problem in middle school with people trying to do multiple things, and like Mrs. Goldring has talked about, and I'm not picking on you specifically, I just saw you. I'm going to give directions once, and then if you say, wait, what was that? I'm going to say, ask a friend. And you better hope that your friends were listening if you weren't listening, because then if you both weren't listening, and you got to come and ask me again, I'm going to ask why we weren't listening. And especially with this being the accelerated class, I can't give directions multiple times. You guys got to be with me. Chromebooks are like, it's like crack cocaine. Right, guys? You guys are addicted to technology. You're like, oh, I got to check this. I got to do that. I got to do that. Before you know it, you're like, wait, I missed 8 steps. I was choosing my Google theme, and I have no idea what we did in the ebook. Okay, stick with us. You have plenty of time elsewhere, AO extensions, break times, whatever, to play with accounts, do whatever you want. We're fine with that, but when we're doing class stuff, you gotta stay with us. Yeah. Yep, perfect. You're in the right place. So, you're then probably gonna land, you normally will land on a page like this. So actually, if you aren't on a page like this, open a new tab, and just type in CPM eBooks, or CPM ebook, whatever, and Google it. So I want to show you guys how the easiest way that I do this. CPM sign in, right here. It's the first tab that comes up. You just search CPM eBooks. Log in with Google, and you'll land at that page. And you might have to select your Google account. Did you get the... We'll try it again. I think too many people tried it at the same time. There you go. If we all try to go to the same link at the exact same time, it gets like goofed up. The firewall gets choked up. So once you land on this page, there are 2 books. Again, with people needing to listen, this can be very dangerous very quickly. Anyone know what ESP means? Which I don't have it showing, but you have one of these and another one that is Spanish. So if Jessie's at home and she's working with her parents, she might pull up the Spanish copy because that might be easier for them, but or easier for her. I don't know. And maybe you want to keep your brain flipping languages. Like the fact that you're bilingual is amazing. Actually, being bilingual or trilingual makes your brain just like all kinds of more powerful beyond the language. So click on the one that's not ESP unless you're a strong Spanish speaker. Now, once you're here, what chapter are we in? 1. Open it. What lesson are we on? 111. Open it. Now, one of my biggest annoyances with CPM is that if I try to zoom on the page, the toolbars zoom. So notice at the very top and at the very bottom, little buttons that say hide toolbars. Click it. It just gets the toolbar out of the way, cleans it up, makes it easier for your brain. Now, scroll down below the team roles page. Friday, we did a little bit of work on the shared attributes of those card sets. Yeah, maybe. I mean, so sometimes I'm genuinely asking you to make sure I'm not remembering things wrong because I teach 3 different math classes. So we did the little cards on Friday, right? Thursday or Friday where we rotate and we look for common things in the sets. So let's say that that resource page was something that we used in class and you needed to take home and you needed to use and you lost it or you left it at school. Like those resource pages on Friday weren't important, but let's say that we were in a lesson where the resource page was important. Go to question 1-2 and find where it says from the lesson 111 resource page. And then click on the blue text, because blue text almost always means it's clickable. There's the resource page. Anything I give you guys in class, any printouts, anything whatever, that's available to you digitally. So let's say something in your homework, and guys, this happens, says refer back to the resource page from class. And you're like, oh man, I left that at school because I didn't bring my book home because I'm going to use the ebook at home. And I didn't bring my math binder home because I forgot. You can pull up a resource page right online. Now, my advice would always be take your Math Finder home if you're not done with your math homework. But you can pull up the resource page right there, and it's available to you. So close that tab. It'll bump you back to the ebook. Your homework is here online, right? Because it's in your book. It's online. If it's in your book, I'm going to say that really clearly. If it's in the book, it is online. Okay, so you never have to take your book home if you have internet access at home and a computer that you're able to use. Now, can you take your book home and keep the computer free for the rest of your family? Yeah. So I better not have any parents calling me telling me that you said you have to be on the computer. That's not true. Go to problem 1-4, and some of you guys, your 6th grade teachers used this instead of the ebook. And actually, I don't know if any 6th grade teachers use the ebook. What's it say right after the problem prompt? Homework help. Click on it. That takes you to the homework help website. Now, give me your eyes for a minute. I beg of you, do not just work through your homework on the homework help webpage. One, there's a lot more clicking to go problem to problem. Like, I can't see multiple problems here. Over here, I can see 1-4 and 1-5 and 1-6. But here's my biggest issue. I have seen kids load up the problem before they read it, before they think about it. Hint, 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 answer. Okay, write it down. They didn't think at all. They didn't engage the brain. And then they got to the test, the mastery assessment, and they had no idea what they were doing. Nah, probably they had a little idea. Saying no idea is probably an exaggeration. But they had like a mild idea because on the homework they hadn't thought about stuff. So I beg of you, if you're using your computer to do your work, use the ebook. If you get absolutely stuck, you've worked on the problem, you've checked your book, you've asked somebody for help, you whatever, then go to homework help and then use the hints. So if I get a homework help on problem 1-5, these hints are pretty useful. From homework help, like say you're looking at the 1-4, up here, eyes on the screen please, this is how you navigate backwards. So if I want to go back to the lesson 111, I can click on that and it shows me all those homework problems. If I want to see the whole chapter, I click back on chapter and then it shows me the breakdown by chapters. And then like, say I'm on homework 115, I can go there straight from here. Or I can go back to chapter 1 and go homework 124. Like I can just navigate back and forth. Go back to your ebook. So close the homework help tabs. Back to your ebook. Hit show toolbar again. And go to lesson 115. Scroll down until you see something else in blue text that looks different than what we just investigated. What is it? What is it? Louder. Repeating decimals. Click on repeating decimals. Guess what this is? Definition. If you go to the glossary in your textbook, this is what it says for repeating decimals. Except then I would have to remember my alphabet and figure out where R is, and then figure out where RE is compared to all the other R's. And I don't know about you, but my alphabet skills are not the strongest. So this is a whole lot faster. Right? If it's in the book, it's available online. Now, I can't flip that statement around though. If it's online, it's also in the book. I can't flip it around. Because close this, hit the X. Look right here. The 0.999 equal 1. Click on that. What is this? This is a video. Put your eyes up on the screen, and we're going to get here later in the week. Check out this video. So it asks a question, and I forget if there's sound. I don't know. But then it tells us to visualize. So we start with a box. Write 9/10 of the box. And then what about 9/100? And then 9/1000? And then 9/10,000? Oh, we got to zoom in. And this can really help you visualize what we're talking about. If I keep doing 9 of the 10, Do I ever fill the entire box? Do I get really close? So we're going to talk about this more later, but like that's not in your book, right? That's a video. So there are things available in your digital textbook, especially there's a little, that's what a video camera used to look like. I realize that now I have to explain things like that. They don't look like that anymore. So there are things in the ebook that are not available in your book that make the ebook kind of even more powerful. Go down to percents, click on percents. This is huge for helping you with your homework. If I get to this problem or a homework problem, like, oh crap, I forget what percents means. Oh yeah, ratio that compares a number to 100. So 75% is really 75 compared to 100. Oh, that's easy. The book is here to help you. You have countless help tools, you just have to use them. And then again, homework help, all that good stuff. Any questions about your ebook right now? Now, if you want to go straight to the glossary, that is still available to you. Down, if you scroll down the chapter side, you can go to reference and click on glossary, and you can still get to the alphabetical glossary, just like in your book. So if you just want to go to the glossary to look something up, you can get to the digital version of the glossary. And we will play with more of this stuff later in the year. Any other questions about ebook right now? We're all good on logging into it, moving around, going to the different sections. And as you guys have questions, let me know. I will help you. Cool? Sweet. So I showed you YouTube, right? I showed you the ebook. Let's log off of the Chromebooks and get them put back where they belong. So if you got it in the library, you'll have to take it back to the library. Please make sure you actually log off. If you just shut it, it will keep you logged in, and the next person will fight with the fact that it wants you to log back in. So hit log off or whatever it is. No, homework is not due to. Oh, that is what we need to talk about. What are you doing, bud? Nope, it is not due today. But what are you doing right now? Because I just gave you guys directions and you're not doing that. Yeah. Yeah, but talk with me. If it doesn't print right from your view, I can print it easier than you sometimes. So you might kind of just get it down here. So you get it on here, there's no reason to print it out, and I don't like using paper if you don't have to. Are you here for extensions every day? And you're in my room, right? Because you're so you could just always, like, near the end of extensions, if you have a couple problems left, I can print just those couple problems. Because like Miss Rosie, my question is really expensive, so we don't want to print something we don't have to. Okay, so let's work together on that, but yeah, we can. When you walked in at your desk, there was likely a white binder there that you didn't know what it was there for. Please grab that binder. At your desk set, there should have been one white binder. And your guys' is right here. I need to make a 7, so we have one at the back. Now, starting tomorrow, these binders, because like we're gonna actually give you guys schedule 2 tomorrow, these binders will have what the card is, and these will correspond with that table group. Just because cards is one of the easiest ways that I can do to like split you guys up. Why do you think I use cards to split in groups of 4s? Where's your name tag? Guys, if you raise your hand and your name tag's not out, I'm just gonna ask you where your name tag is. Olivia. That and George. Yeah, there's 4 cards. Like of one card, there are 4 suits of it. So this works really easy because I can say 10s go over here, and there's a heart, diamond, club, and spade. Or if I want to regroup, I can say, okay, spades come over here, and they have bigger groups, right? Or like I can change the groups depending on what sizes I want. So when you look at these binders, you're looking at the number. So So don't look at this and look at it as hearts. Normally you're just looking at the numbers. So is it a 10, a jack, a queen, a king, whatever. So in these binders, as I was just talking about with Jesse, I don't like printing things I don't have to. So I'm only going to print the minimum number of handout pages that I have to, and then reuse it class to class to class. What I realized last year, no offense, 7th graders are gross. I'm also gross, but you know, only when I go camping and everything else. You guys get stuff all over the papers, and you like rip things and crumple them for no reason, and you're snotty, and they're like, I'm just telling the truth. Sorry, some of you are like I'm hurting your feelings. I'm not talking specifically about you. Hopefully you're not gross like last year's 7th graders. But by the end of the day, the resource paper for my 3B class would be like, man, what is this gone through? So, try a new process. By the time you got, well, actually no, because you're the accelerated 7 class. You're my only accelerated 7 class. Okay, there's only one group of you guys. I teach 2 of the math 7 classes, first in the morning and last in the day. I teach you guys second in the day, and right after you guys, I teach a class of 8th graders. So this is going to get a little funky with these binders and 8th graders, and I might have you guys like put the binders away at the end of class, but I'm still making all this stuff up. No joke, I'm still making this up. So I'm trying a lot of new processes this year, which I don't like standing with the whole time. I think it's too formal. So your resource pages will either be in the binder, or you'll need to come get them and put them in the binder. Okay, so if you don't, like, if it's not there, if I have like something written on the board, like, I'm still deciding what to call you guys. In the past, and actually we should have this as a conversation. In the past, this class has been called Accelerated 7, but that name's not really that appropriate. So I have essentially renamed the class to Compressed 7-8, which still, you are the accelerated class. Some people are getting confused. They're like, I'm supposed to be accelerated. But what it actually is doing is taking Math 7 and Math 8 and pushing them together, literally compressing the 2 classes. So in math, and on your grade reports or what, like, it's going to be called Compressed 7/8. Okay, that is the accelerated class. So when your parents ask, when they get confused, trust me, your parents are going to get confused this year. Explain to them that's the accelerated track. It just pushes the classes together. That's why it's named that. But a lot of times I just say accelerated. Like, you're my accelerated class. So if I just write like ACC, like ACC 7 over there, that means you guys. If I write Comp 7-8 or C 7-8, that's also you guys. So I will try to switch my brain and use Comp 7-8 or C 7-8, but sometimes my brain goes backwards to last year and I actually say like accelerated. Quinn.
Why is it inappropriate?
What do you inappropriate? What do you mean?
Accelerated 7.
It's not that it's inappropriate, it just didn't quite describe it, because it's not that we are accelerating you through the 7th grade content. We're pushing you through the 7th and 8th grade content. So just calling it Accelerated 7 wasn't quite right. Now we could call it like Accelerated 7-8, but Compressed 7-8 makes parents understand we are squishing. We are like squeezing it all together. And because of that, some stuff can't stick. We gotta drop some things and skip some stuff. Olivia. Yes, but it's actually called Math 1. It is the first class in the high school series of mathematics, and it's actually the first credit that really matters, so that's called Math 1.
Why do you teach 8th graders?
Real answer, because our schedule wouldn't work any other way. But better answer, I love working with higher levels, and my certification is 7 through 12. I think 7th grade math is some of the most applicable math you'll ever learn, like most important. But I really enjoy working with those high-level kids. So those kids are actually taking high school math 2. So like next year, you'll be taking Math 1. These kids took Math 1 their 7th grade year, and in their 8th grade year are taking the Math 2 high school class. Micah, which is really weird to say, by the way, because my name's Micah. I've never like had a student Micah. So by the way, I'm gonna have to use this, Micah.
Okay, so when we're seniors, what will we do for math?
Elective. Anyone know what an elective means? You know, Jesse?
For college?
Okay, you could take a college class, but that's not what elective means. What does it mean when we elect a president? Choose, right? Somebody said choose. Once you get past Math 3, will get choice. So that's the other thing with like, and you guys can come tell me like, oh no, I'm in the wrong class. I don't actually want to do this. This year's gonna be tough, right? We're gonna do a lot this year, and we're gonna have homework every single day. And I'm gonna have a student agreement here. I didn't want to pile too much on you guys in the first few days. I'm going to have a student agreement that goes home that, like, your parents have to read through and they have to sign that says they're going to support you doing homework every single day. Essentially, I try to avoid Fridays. I won't guarantee it, but I try to avoid Fridays. And you guys gotta like step up to that game. If after 2 or 3 weeks you're not like up to the expectations, we're gonna have a meeting and we're gonna say like, should you really be in this class? But after this year, you'll take just Math 1 8th grade year. You'll take Math 2 freshman year. You'll decide whether you want to do honors or not. You'll take Math 3 sophomore year. So actually junior year, you start to get to choose what you want to take for math. My advice, take financial algebra. Financial algebra is one of the best classes for understanding how to work with money in your future life. Loans, mortgages, car payments, like financial algebra, I don't think is going anywhere. Like that class should still be there when you get to high school because that's like 4 or 5 years from now. My advice is take that class. But it just means by the time you get through Math 3, you get to choose what you want to take. And there's like calculus and all kinds of other classes. FST used to be a class that was called Function, Statistics, and Trigonometry. Just different branches of math that you can learn about. We don't have a ton of time left today. So any other questions about what we're going to be doing? So was that your ruler? Yeah. So now you need to make a note in your plan book that you need to buy a new ruler. Okay. Well, still. So be careful. And my rulers aren't in here right now because Mr. Estes borrowed them. Those plastic rulers break real easy. And the human temptation, and I'm not saying like I don't care at all to use virtual ruler. The human temptation is how far can I push this before it breaks, especially in middle school. Don't do that. It'll break. Yeah. Well, it'll break. It won't shatter. Shatter means like, a million pieces. Yeah, so it'll break. It won't shatter. So to be straight up with you guys, we are essentially probably going to skip this lesson. We weren't ever really going to need to do lesson 111. I put it in here so we had time to do your ebooks and everything else. But 111 is all about shared attributes and shared characteristics. And we cover a lot of that through the other lessons that we do in Accelerated 7. So I kind of want to show you guys a snapshot to make sure that you're truly committed to this class of where we're headed this year. So I'm going to move my well, actually, it's right here. So I'm going to show you guys literally what I planned from. I might as well just move the binder. So this is my planning binder. So if you compare to like what you'd be doing in the Math 7 class versus what we'll be doing in this class. Can everybody kind of see this? So according to what CPM told me to do, I would have never done this lesson that we worked on Friday, and I would just straight up skip it. But I really want you guys to do that homework because that mathography thing is important to me. So that homework, questions 3 through 6, is officially due tomorrow. I'll be collecting it. A lot of times I'll just walk around and check your homework, make sure that you did it. Sometimes I collect it. I don't normally tell you ahead of time. I know that some kids in 6th grade just wrote down numbers. Like, not numbers that had a reason, but you just wrote down anything, and your teachers would be like, oh, there's writing on there, okay. Yeah, that's not going to fly this year, especially not in this class. So, know that sometimes I walk around and look at it, but I know what it's supposed to look like. I do your homeworks before you do them, so I know what I'm looking for. Sometimes I collect it, and I spot check random problems. I want to collect questions 3 through 6, because I want to read what you wrote. I don't really care about the other problems. I'm going to look and see if you did them, but I really just care about reading what you wrote. So the main question I'm checking is question 3. So you can see, though, we're going to do 112, and I actually made my planning so that you and Math 7 would still be on the same thing. But then Wednesday, Math 7's on 113. We skip it. We move right on to 114. We skip 115, and by Thursday, we are actually in the 8th grade textbook. So first week of our actual class, we will jump into the 8th grade textbook. That's what CC3 means. And we'll do these 2 lessons from the 8th grade textbook. And then we'll keep going. We flip back to the 7th grade. Do a few probability lessons and skip the giant chunk of the chapter. Jump to the end of it, and then we'll take a test. We will get to a unit test faster than Math 7 will. We will have a test by next week. So, here's, hey, eyes. If I can't see you, I assume you're not listening. Here's why I'm doing this. And again, like, we just adopted CPM last year. So this is my first year of like modifying what I did in the past. You need to be committed to be in this class. There is zero shame in saying, I've got too much going on. I'm doing football for the first time this year. I've got 4-H. There's no shame in saying, I just want to do regular Math 7. But if you are going to stay in this class, you have to understand, if we move fast, we jump back and forth between the 7th grade and 8th grade textbooks, and you got to be able to handle that. Like, if you automatically think, like, oh, no, I'm not going to be able to, like, keep that straight. If you aren't very organized, like, be honest with yourself. Okay? And we still got about 5 minutes of class left. We're going to keep talking and keep doing stuff. But you need to be introspective between today and tomorrow. Introspective means look within yourself. Spec means look. Intro means inside. You need to be introspective and say, am I the type of person that gets the homework done the night it's assigned? Am I the type of person that will reach out for help when I don't know what to do? Am I the type of person that will look in the textbook for the math notes box for the formulas that I don't understand for like tomorrow's homework? Like, there's homework coming very quickly that you don't know the formulas for, and it wants you to look in the book to find them. And then as soon as you look in the book to look at how it's set up, you can do it super easy. It's a really easy multiplication. But you have to look for it. You have to actually search for it. Are you the type of person that lies to your parents about homework? Because we will very quickly bust that out. And when I have to call home and say, hey, so, Jesse, I'm going to pick on you because you're one of my advisory kids. When I have to call home and say, hey, Jesse's behind in her math homework. And our mom's like, oh, well, she said she didn't have any homework. I said, well, she hasn't given me homework for the past week. So I think there's been some miscommunication. And I don't ever say that you lied. I will say there's been some miscommunication because I want to try to protect you guys. But yeah, if you're a sneaky kind of kid and you're not straight with your parents about what you have to do and you don't get your work done on time, like, you really need to think about, is this going to be a good idea? Okay, I'm not going to push any of you guys out of the class right now. I don't know any of you guys yet, really. But I'll tell you what, by the end of the first quarter, I'll be able to say, like, if this was a good idea or not. Some of you guys will be doing great. You'll be awesome. You'll be rolling, and you'll be happy that you're not bored. Some of you guys, it's going to be like you're swimming up current with a family of trout pushing against you, or what. I'm trying to make an analogy, but like, you're going to be fighting. About, like, you either got to decide you're going for this, or take a step back and I can change your schedule. But we got to know this because we're giving out new schedules tomorrow. So if you automatically are like, man, I really don't think this is a good idea, like, let's talk today. If you want to go for the challenge, we can change later in the year. That is always still possible. But if automatically you're like, oh, I want to bail, forget this, we got to talk today. But I use the word bail a lot, like to bail water or bail out of like an activity. Like, it's like, yeah, like my friend bailed on me. Like, I had plans to go play disc golf and he bailed. So this first unit, it tells us, covers like all of chapter 1 for the 7th grade textbook and part of the 8th grade textbook, and we do it in 9 days. Right? So 5 days this week, 4 days next week, and then a test. Maybe a day for review. And that goes back to how quickly do we get through classroom activities or classroom content. This class, like this class, the Accelerated 7 class, can be as awesome as we make it. It can also be a pain in the butt because if people aren't really doing their work and they're not keeping up, and you come in and 2 people in your group did your homework and 2 people didn't, and you're trying to have a conversation about the homework, that's going to be a challenge, right? But if everybody's on our A game, we're all keeping up, we're all doing everything, we have opportunities to do some really cool stuff. Like, if we have time to play review games, I love creating and then playing a review Jenga game. So I don't even know where it is. Oh, I like games a lot. I'm a super game nerd. So I have created a set of Mega Jenga. So this stacks up, and starting, the stack's about this tall, and it will get to about this tall as you're playing. It's fallen on a kid before. It was funny. It didn't hurt. The kid was fine. It was only funny because there was no injury. But he like kind of did it on. He was like pulling the ball, and he was like, "Oh no!" It was 7th grade on purpose. But so if we get through the content that we need to get through, and we have a day that we can do a review game, I'd love to do that. However, we don't just play a game. To pull a block, your team has to answer a math question first. So I tie it all together. So take some look inside yourself. As you write that mathography, if you haven't done it yet, be real honest with yourself. Are you going to be able to do the compressed 7-8, or do we need to have a conversation? please put your name tag back in your binder. And then you guys are heading out to second block. Keep your homework till tomorrow. I don't want homework till tomorrow. If you have it done, just keep it. What's up? You don't what? We'll get you one. No one does my book. You guys don't have any real books, so if you're here, you can borrow one. We don't have enough books yet. I'm waiting for more to get shipped over here. So either use the ebook, or if you're here, you can borrow one of my books. Okay, like during AO and extensions. I got stuff on my floor. Who's reading Blood and Salt or something like this? Jalen. Yeah, water. So now you're going to be back on, where's your schedule? You should be back on your normal schedule now. Let me look at it and check. So remember, your schedule's supposed to be in the front of your binder to make life easy. Here, you have it right here, which is kind of hard to look at it really quickly. So your schedule is going to flip these blocks if possible. Hold on. So you need to go social studies and global culture. I do not. I'm sorry. Just look around you. So you need to go social studies and global cultures. So essentially now I would say start up here and do second block, third block. And we'll get you a new schedule either later or tomorrow morning, but we're still tweaking stuff. So let's take you to global cultures. Because there is no global cultures and social studies third block. Those classes don't happen during third block. Science and connections do. So you'll go to science and connections third block, like after lunch. You got to go to global cultures and social studies now. I got your book and your Pokemon. Are you taking your math book or are you going to leave it here? Yeah, and the accelerated separate class doesn't even have books yet. So you're going to leave it on my shelf. You can. It's still your book, but if you just don't want to carry it, you can leave it here. So there's that. Let's take you over to. Lauren is correct.
Oh my God.
Guys, please get
Yeah.
Yes.
correct.
Jason, what is my friend? Friend Cal. But I don't need to be really my friend, but
Yes, this is very
friend Cal. But if you take one word on snap, I'm gonna have to do it on snap. It's your choice. Sorry.
Are we accelerated to
I don't want that be a crummy juncture.
The other one.
My homework he wants to come into contact with crummy juncture.
I just like the whole schedule. I'm just making sure that everybody else knows.
Hello, Sensei.
If anyone on YouTube is still watching, yeah, the past 5 minutes have been nonsense.